Good morning. My name is Kimberly McLaurin. I am a 11-year veteran of transit. I'm a train operator. I'm also a member of Progressive Action. I'm here to talk about women's issues. As far as facilities are concerned, we really don't have enough. It's about 30 women sharing one restroom. Sometimes we have to have our male coworkers block the bathroom while we use their restroom. This is something that we should not have to go through in 2019. Also, when we do have facilities, they're in disrepair. We're dealing with rust, insects, rodents. It's just not. It's ridiculous at this point. As far as maternity leave, why are we negotiating human rights? Why do we have to decide whether or not we have to choose between our job and extending our families or even starting families? As far as the same thing, why do we have to choose between bonding with our newborn babies and taking a promotion because we decide to stay home with our child, and now we're penalized because we didn't have a certain amount of sick time or we used up too much leave? Just about the rank and file in general, we're governed by tyranny and threats. The morale is extremely low, and as studies show, productive workers or happy workers create happy customers. Why isn't this something that's implied or applied as far as the rank and file is concerned between management and the workers? Pretty much imagine coming to a job where you have to pray before each task that you have to do. Pray that you don't get in trouble. Pray that you don't lose your job. Pray that someone doesn't jump in front of your train. Just pray in general. It's daunting, it's taxing, it creates stress. 20, 30 years are not taken into account when accidents happen. We have a saying down in the subway. It's pretty much, you're as good as your last move. It's just ridiculous. Thank you.
The next speaker is Tramell Thompson, followed by Gary Young.
My name is Tramell Thompson. I'm from the group Progressive Action. Mr. Byford, you gave a great presentation in Bay Ridge yesterday. I really appreciated it. To the public, you guys do an amazing job representing the millions of riders who ride the subway, speaking up for the riders coming to these meetings and addressing the concerns. My problem with the MTA board is, why do you treat these riders like criminals? You walking through a plethora of police officers, metal detectors. Sometimes you have dogs downstairs. For what? Us as New York City transit workers, we don't get the same protection. What are you guys so afraid of with the passengers here than the passengers in the subways? Are you afraid that someone may walk up behind you and stab you in your back? Are you afraid someone may throw urine in your face? What is the fear for? Why are you guys more protected than we are? At the emergency board meeting, our international president, Samuelson, brought up institutionalized racism. I think it's very important that we have that conversation. But we can't have a conversation of institutionalized racism without discussing structural racism, systemic racism, and white privilege. You cannot have institutionalized racism discussion without those three. Ms. Feinberg, she exercised her white privilege the other day. She put on an MTA vest, did work on the platform with her baby strapped to her. You know how many times pregnant women who had babies can't bring their babies to the job? That was white privilege right there. White privilege is Mr. Foy getting the police on workers. Why nobody called the police on Cuomo when he raided the MTA and sent money upstate to the ski resorts to people who probably never seen a subway train before? Nobody called the police on Cuomo? At what point does this stop? The systemic racism, the institutionalized racism, and the structural racism. It must stop. If y'all want to have the serious conversation, y'all know how to get in contact with me. Congratulations on your retirement, brother. All right, thanks.
The next speaker